The RV Advisor, created to protect the rights of the RV enthusiast. Learn more at thervadvisor.com.
Little birdie told me I'd need RV advice.
Get information straight from the horse's mouth.
Little birdie told me I'd need RV advice.
It's Just Ask Gigi with Gigi Stetler and Tom Alexander. Now here's Gigi and Tom.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to Just Ask Gigi. My name is Tom Alexander, and of course, as always, joined by the star of the show. There she is. It is Gigi Stetler. Hey, Gigi. Hey, how are you?
I'm grand. How are you?
Doing very well, thank you. I know that things are, as always, are busy at HQ over there, and it's always great to check in and see what's happening with the team. And obviously, particularly you, to see, get the latest and greatest on things. And I know that we've got a couple of partners that we want to talk about, as well as some new headquarters possibilities, I guess you could say, at this stage. We're getting close, right?
We're getting close. Yes, we're boiling over here at about 100 and something degrees.
I know.
And parking lot's getting extremely hot. But I heard you had a little DR appointment. I just want to make sure all is good.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, no, everything's fine. Just just your typical annual checkup, 3,000-mile checkup, and I got the go ahead. Yeah, that I don't have to come in for an oil change now for another 6 months or something. No, I'm good. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Good. Yeah. That's great.
It typical, more vegetables, cut back on the rice, that kind of thing.
I got to get you. The potentially new place has upstairs and downstairs, so I have to think about, health wise of who do I put upstairs, who do I put downstairs?
Yeah, I'll take the elevator.
No elevator.
No, I know. I'm kidding.
Just but I think I will put everyone upstairs if they have not exercised in the last 8 or 9 months.
Okay. Well, that's part. Yeah, built-in exercise, right?
So I will make sure that you've been on the exercise trend. Otherwise your butt's going upstairs.
Oh, okay. Is that how it works? Okay. So it's going to be a little south of the current location, I think, is the plan, right?
Yes, and it's bigger, and I did promise I was going to build back bigger and better. So
yeah,
it's bigger, and there's a huge building, and we'll be all together again. But we'll be able to have there's enough room to have our call center in house, which is great, and for RV Advisor, and it's
and plenty of room for some RVs.
Yeah, plenty of room for everything, and
good.
So it's moving along. So hopefully we're in final stages right now of negotiations. So we'll see.
Excellent. Well, that's good news to hear, and we'll keep following up on that as information becomes clear. Details are come across the transom, if you will. We've always been proud of our alliances, our partners here at the RV Advisor, and I just had a chance to have a conversation with her name is Lisa Manning, and she is at Harvest Hosts, who we know very well. And actually, that show is going to be on very soon in an upcoming episode, and you want to check that out. And I know that Harvest Hosts has a lot of things going on, and we've got some advantages for members.
Yeah, they merged with Boondockers Welcome, I believe, or something like that. I'm getting the whole scoop, but I'm so excited about that arrangement and our partnership with them, because I from day one I've always believed in their concept. I think it's so cool. There's not enough campgrounds right now, and the Walmart parking lots are getting old, and the membership fee, you pay a membership fee. I believe it's $99 a year, and but it gives you access to all of their hosts. And, not just, if you've got land and you're one of our listeners and you've got land, you may want to consider being a host.
Mhm.
If if you're in if you've got any type of products to sell, or, if you're a winery or a cattle ranch, or, and you have a little retail store or something like that, or, you just want to meet a lot of cool people, they're always looking for new spots. So, but it's just an amazing concept of, putting people together, and I think it's a step above Airbnb, because Airbnb, you have to, you pay per night and stuff like that. So, you pay a $99 membership fee for the year, and you basically camp for free. Yes, you are supposed to buy products from from them, and, from the host, which you would think if you're going to a winery, you do with wine samples, and, something, you purchase a bottle of wine or whatever, which,
Sure.
but, I mean, anyway, it's just a
Yeah.
great, it's a
No, it is. Well, it's like anything, you go, you're invited to someone's home or something, you don't come empty handed, right? So in this
Exactly.
case, you buy a bottle of wine from the winery where you might be visiting, or a 6-pack of beer from one of the beer manufactured distillery or something. Yeah, pretty
You
cool.
learn
I
a
mean,
lot of stuff. It's like, you learn a lot of stuff, and there's farms, there's cattle ranches, there's lots of stuff. Even if they don't have products to sell, they just sometimes like the company, and
yeah,
so it's just, all in all, it's just a really good thing, because like I said, Walmart gets old. And, although, I mean, I'm also planning on, shopping at 2 in the morning, or you need free camping, or because you want to go shopping. It's really the only reason to do that.
right.
Campgrounds are getting so crowded, so crowded right now that,
Yeah.
and,
Well,
but
it's interesting because in several of our past newsletters that members get here at the RV Advisor, you get the newsletter. A lot of our stories have revolved around how the industry has exploded, which is no secret. We know that it's become it's huge, but the supply, it has not been, it hasn't been able to keep up with the demand, and that's not only on RVs themselves, on units, but
you can't buy
places
a
to
bicycle.
stay.
Yes, but you can't even buy a bicycle right now.
Oh
So,
man, it's crazy. It's just things are, yeah, we got a little bit of catching up to do, because now suddenly folks are feeling a little more confident getting out there. They're buying, they're getting out into uh, the world again after a long holdover, dealing with the pandemic. And that's all wonderful, but supplies are low.
yeah, supplies are low, and which leads me to say, I wanted to have a really positive show today, because, this week has been quite challenging. It's only Wednesday on, newbies and buyers, and getting in trouble with, deposits and contracts and stuff like that. So, I don't want to, I don't want to be too much on this right now, but just, heads up, because, supply, demand is high, supply is low. The new thing now, where people are, shopping online, and, thinking that they're going to get a better deal privately. Um, so they're finding these RVs for sale on Craigslist and, on RV Trader.
Mhm.
And yeah, obviously they're not exactly in their neighborhood. They're, finding them thousands of miles away or something. So they're putting deposits down, well, the RVs don't exist. So that's the new scam. The RVs don't exist. So there's no RV. They take your money. And, so that's, I had a couple of those encounters this week, and, there's nothing I can do. You can't find them.
Yeah.
You can't find the people that, what the site's gone after they take a couple of deposits, the site's gone. That's the end of them, so just please be careful. Do not give any deposits over the phone, even by, I mean, credit card. The thing is that even if you sign a credit card slip, and the person that's taking the deposit puts on their paperwork, it's non-refundable.
Mhm.
Even if it's a scam, you still have a hard, you've got to fight hard for the credit card company, and
Yeah.
Chase is notorious for siding, with the merchant. So,
Right.
you have to be careful. And a lot of it, they want money orders and stuff. So
Yeah.
anybody that asks you for a money order, or a wire transfer is definitely a red flag.
Yeah, that's not good. And I think we're gonna have to get a sponsor for our scam update of the week.
I know.
I think
I-
that's gotta be something we need to do here.
You're right.
Um,
But if anybody is out there that, any members of ours that, are looking at stuff on,
Yeah.
on any of those sites, just shoot them to us, as members, that's part of your membership. Shoot the screenshot, get the VIN number, we'll run the VIN number for you to make sure it's a legitimate coach and that,
Right.
it does come back to the person selling it. That's included in your membership. We're happy to do that for you. So just take that extra step of precaution, and buy your
Yeah,
view,
no,
especially now.
that is good advice. And speaking of good advice, your questions are next.
All right.
Right here on Just Ask Gigi. We'll do that right after this break. She's Gigi Stetler. I'm Tom Alexander. This is Just Ask Gigi. Back in just a moment. Tom Alexander from the RV Advisor podcast here. What's more fun than campfire cooking? The Wolf'em Stick. Enjoy marshmallows, biscuits, hot dogs, and more. It's next level campfire cooking. Visit wolfemstick.com. We are back on Just Ask Gigi along with Gigi Stetler. I'm Tom Alexander. And Gigi, it is that time once again for our questions from our viewers. And we've got a couple here for you. This first one is from Hank. Hank writes, do you have a preference on a pickup truck to pull around my toy hauler? Now, I realize that's probably how big's the toy hauler, all that. But just in general, are there trucks or pickups that you like in general for hauling these things around?
Well, I'm a Ford girl.
Okay.
I prefer a Ford, and not for any reason that it's a better performance. We
Mhm.
now have a Dodge because we couldn't find a Ford. But the most important thing on towing, people think that it's, whether you have a 2,500 or 1,500 or 3,500, the most important thing of what gives you the right tow rating is the gear ratio. So, and a lot of people don't know that. So, and the salesmen usually don't know or don't have any idea of what that means. But look at the window sticker, and the higher gear ratio, the more tow rating. So you can buy something at the 3,500 that should be rated to tow, 14,000 pounds, but they put a
Yeah.
3.2 in it, and it's going to tow 9,000 pounds. So you need at least a 410. So depending on how heavy that toy hauler is, and if it's a fifth wheel or a bumper pull, the higher the gear ratio. So you want to have a minimum of a 410 if it's a heavy toy hauler.
Very good. Well, thank you, Hank, for that question. And Janet also has a question about a recommendation. And let me tell you, this question covers two areas of your expansive expertise: RVs and horses. You ready for this?
I'm
All
ready.
right. My daughter is getting into horses. Any recommendation for a horse trailer?
Yes. Well, if you're going to be hauling your horses, depending what discipline you do, if you're going to be staying in the horse trailer, then obviously something with living quarters. But think about, how much time you're going to spend in, at a horse show. If you're just hauling it, you're not going to be staying in it. Horses, they ship, if you're buying a 2-horse trailer, they ship head to head is better because they can kind of lean sideways, off to the side. If you're going long distance, a slant actually gives them a little bit more comfort. I've argued back and forth with major transport companies on, they swear that head to head is better on their joints and balance. I find them leaning a little bit on the sidewall, like, giving them more comfort and more stability. But it all depends on how far, if it's just a few miles down the road, a 2-horse straight load is the safest way. If you're going to get in, if you're going all in with a, 4, 5, 6 horses, then, it's a whole other story. But if you want to shoot me a private email, that's fine. And I can give you a little bit more guidance in the horse world.
Excellent. Well, obviously that is an area that you are well versed in. And well, let me ask you this. This is just off of Janet's question. I'm curious because I have no idea. The horses that run in these high profile races like the Kentucky Derby and the Preakness and those kinds of races, what are they transported in generally?
They ship a tractor trailer or by plane.
Okay.
Most, I mean, like if they were going to, for the California race from here, they would fly. Like Florida to Kentucky, most of the time they would drive. And it's, I think 18 or 20 hours from like Upstream to Kentucky, Churchill Downs.
Yeah.
And they would tag team, so they would have more than one driver. So because DOT is like 8 hours, so they would, they'd have 3 drivers on board. So they drive straight through. So the horse, but they go in box stalls. So they're not tied, they're loose actually. So they don't think anything of different from their stall to, the ride is really smooth. They won't even know they're in a trailer.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. That's great. That's great. It's got a recliner and a TV and everything, right?
Bowl of water.
Yeah, you're all set. All right. Well, that's great. Thank you, Janet. Thank you, Hank, for your questions. And of course, if you want to ask Gigi a question right here on Just Ask Gigi, very simple. All you got to do is write us at info@thervadvisor.com, info@thervadvisor.com, and just put in the subject line JAG or Just Ask Gigi, and we'll do everything to get your question answered here on the show. We'll be back to wrap things up in just a moment. This is Just Ask Gigi.
Advocacy, community, education, resources, rewards. Learn more at thervadvisor.com.
Wrapping things up now on Just Ask Gigi, along with Gigi Stetler. I'm Tom Alexander, and I know Gigi had something that you're working on, trying to get some info on, and we'll certainly get into that a little more next time on the show. But what's going on with Forest River?
They just have some policy changes and some warranty changes. So, I'm a Forest River dealer as well, so I just want to dive into it a little deeper. They've made some changes before and after July 1st purchase, something I don't know. So I want to dive into it, and I will have a complete rundown so that, we educate the consumers and see if there's some major changes or maybe they're not important at all. So, but it was it came through to me as an alert. So, I want to, I want to have a good look at it, and there may not be an alert, so we'll see after I read it.
It's funny when you say alert, because I'm reminded of my earliest days in radio way back when. We used to have a ticker tape, almost like an AP machine, from Associated Press, and every now and then you'd get a bell if it was a big story, right? So you'd hear 1 bell, okay, something interesting. 2 bells, a little more important. 3 bells, it's like, okay, go running, something major's happening. But this is probably just a 1 bell.
It could be like it could. It was like, but it had like the little triangle thing,
Yeah. All right, we'll find out next time, just all the details on that on Forest River. And we thank you so much for watching Just Ask Gigi. As always, we encourage you to visit our site at thervadvisor.com and register your vehicle at rvaca.org, or your unit, rvaca.org. Your voice in the industry. Well, the consumer needs a voice amongst the RV world, right? So that's what the RVACA is for. For Gigi Stetler, I'm Tom Alexander. Thank you for watching Just Ask Gigi, and we'll see you next time. So long, everybody.